Hoopla Recipes!
Hello everyone and welcome to Hoopla Kids Recipes. Today I'm going to show you how to make unicorn cheesecake. Doesn't that look delicious? Absolutely scrumptious. Yum! So let's get started. The first thing we need is 15 digestive biscuits. I have them in a Ziploc bag and I'm using my rolling pin to crush them. We want to get rid of any big chunks until we have a powder. Perfect. Now I have 60 grams of butter, which I'm microwaving for 30 seconds. Perfect. Now I'm going to add the biscuit powder to a bowl. Great! Let's also put in the melted butter. And we're going to give it a good stir. Mix it all in. It smells delicious. Perfect. We want to make sure that all of the crumbs are coated in the butter. Next, we're going to take it to a cake tin, which is lined with some baking paper. We want to push the crumbs into the bottom of the tin, as this is going to form the base of our unicorn cheesecake. Let that chill for 1 hour. Now we're going to take 48 ounces of cream cheese. To that, I'm adding 1 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract, and I'm using an electric whisk to mix it all together. Perfect! I now have 2 cups of hot milk. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of gelatin to the milk and I'm using a whisk to mix it all together. Perfect. Next I'm going to take the milk and add it to the cream cheese mixture. Use the electric whisk to mix it all together. Perfect. Now we're going to separate that mixture into 3 bowls so we can colour it. Perfect. Now let's add some colouring. First up, we have some blue food dye. I'm mixing it in. Amazing! Doesn't that look great? Now let's add some purple food dye. We've got unicorn colours. Now it's pink food dye. Great! So let's add it to our biscuity base. I'm starting with blue. Put the mixture in. Let it settle and then chill for an hour. The cream cheese mixture will harden, and what that means is we can add the next layer on top. I'm adding purple. Perfect. This is what's going to create our amazing unicorn layers. Let's repeat the process. Let the purple settle. And then we're going to pop it in the fridge again for another hour. Finally, let's add the pink on top. Doesn't this look great? It's going to taste delicious. Perfect. Once that's settled, we want to let that chill for another hour. That's right. Now let's take 1 cup of white chocolate and melt it. I have an ice cream cone and I'm covering the tip in the white chocolate. Make sure you get rid of any drips. And now cover it in some pink sprinkles. This is going to be our unicorn horn. I'm cutting off the large base. Use a sharp knife to do this. Now let's go back to our delicious cheesecake. Use a knife to separate the mixture from the edge of your tin. Pop it open and look at that! We've got 3 colours. Isn't that amazing? I have some gumballs which I'm adding. And I'm also going to add the unicorn horn. I've made 4. Perfect. Next up I have a giant lollipop which I'm adding to the middle of the cheesecake. And there you have it. Finish off with some sprinkles. All you need to do is cut it and eat it. Yum! Unicorn cheesecake. Doesn't that look fantastic? There you have it.
watching Hoopla Recipes.
going to show you how to make a pumpkin pound cake. Doesn't this look fantastic? So let's start with 425 grams of cake mix. I'm adding 2 eggs and 1 cup of water, and then I'm mixing it all together. We don't want any lumps if possible. Next, I'm adding some orange food dye. Give it a good stir. I'm also adding half a teaspoon of pumpkin spice. Let's add this to a lined baking tray. Bake at 180 degrees for 10 minutes. This is what it'll look like. So let's pop that out. I have a pumpkin cookie cutter, and I'm going to cut out the pumpkin shape. Perfect. I have 5. Now we're going to repeat the cake making process with 450 grams of cake mix, 1 cup of water and 3 eggs. Give that a good mix. We're adding it to a loaf tin that's been lined with baking paper. But don't fill it all the way up, because next up we're going to add our pumpkin shapes. We're going to bake that at 180 degrees for 22 to 27 minutes. And what happens is that the wet cake mixture will overtake the orange pumpkins inside, and you'll get an amazing loaf. Once that's cooled, we're going to cover the top with buttercream frosting. Add some chopped walnuts and pecans to decorate. Delicious! Doesn't that look fantastic? And what's amazing is that when you cut into it, you'll see an awesome pumpkin. Very cool. A pumpkin pound cake.
Subscribe and watch more. Hoopla Recipes.